Hey nerds, welcome back. It's Griffin with the What Are You Nerdy About podcast, testing out this remote thing. So this is the first time for me, and I've got my buddy Bo, which we'll introduce here shortly. But just a reminder, I'm not in the store tonight because the remote thing wanted to test that in the basement. So hanging down here at Nerdstalgia HQ, the house, the crib where this used to be the warehouse for it all when I was in the Comic Con days and online sales. So there's actually space down here now. It's kind of fun to play with. Got the Soul poster, my music, some Run DMC, the whole Bray Wyatt wall.
Looks nice.
Yeah. So the drum kit's out. I've played it once since I've had it out because I have no time. But yeah, so Nerdstalgia. We're a store. We're in the Citadel Mall in Colorado Springs, and we carry things that are nerdy. So you can come by on Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can come in Sundays from 11 a.m. to 6. And Mondays we're closed. So don't come on Mondays expecting us to be there. We carry nerdy items, whether it's physical media, that's comic books, music, video games, movies, and the collectibles that go with them. So the toys, the posters, the autographed memorabilia. You never know what you're going to find. So come see. Let us know what you're nerdy about. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Bo.
Yes, sir.
A longtime friend of mine, and we've talked about a lot of nerdy things over our years. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, man. Feel a little warm. Got a little extracurricular activities going through my veins, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's always warm in San Diego, right?
Oh man, it's nice.
San Diego, the whale's vagina.
The Vale's
Man,
vaginas for sure.
means. Um, so it's actually really warm in Colorado, dude. It was 71 degrees today. We're
That's ridiculous.
recording this on the 22nd. Is that what the date is today?
Yep.
71 degrees in Colorado on
That's
December
nuts.
22nd. Yeah, it ain't gonna be no white Christmas. We've only
No, it was warmer there than it was here.
had one snow like all year, which is nuts. Like we've had flurries and flakes, but not like a snow that stuck to a ground. We've had one snow, which scares the shit out of me for spring. Because
Yeah.
that's what I always forget is November, December's pretty mild here. It's February, March, April, first part of May that sucks here.
Yeah, you get dumped on a little bit.
Yeah. It clears off pretty quick most of the time, though. If you're not a transplant, you get used to it after you're here for a while.
True. Very true.
So, Bo, we talk about what we're nerdy about. Talk to different customers. You've been a customer, by mail before, and when I was still here and set up my first Comic Con, you were still around. So, yeah, wanted to chat with you. I know you're nerdy about plenty of things, and love chatting with people that I share similar interests with. So, let's do that tonight. So, Bo,
Yeah.
what are you nerdy about?
Nerdy about horror.
Yeah. Okay.
Like horror everything. Horror movies, horror books. If it's horror, if it's trying to be scary, if it's trying to be creepy, a little spooky, I'm in. I'm all in for it.
All right. All right. So, horror movies, I know we've talked a lot about. So, we'll break down some horror flicks. But, where does it all start with you? Where do you begin your horror journey?
I really think it's because of when I was a kid, my dad would traumatize me with horror movies.
Okay.
He would I remember specifically like sitting next to him downstairs in my basement watching TV, and he turns it to a station. It was probably either HBO or like USA or something like that, and Child's Play 2 was on. And I remember when Chucky came on, I
Mm-hmm.
got so scared that I ran out of the room.
Okay.
And then he
And
turned the channel. He laughed, turned the channel.
how old
I
were you,
came
Bo?
back. I was like probably 4 or 5.
Okay. All right.
So like just enough to have.
And not the great, not the best of parenting, but you know.
Oh God, no, no. And
This isn't
it
a
was just
how-to.
old enough to where I had like actual toys that looked like Chucky too. Like we had the Raggedy
Yeah.
Ann and the Patch Kids
Well, he
dolls, all
was
that kind of
made
stuff.
after the My Buddy doll.
And my buddy too,
Yeah.
absolutely. And he would laugh, turn the channel, coax me back in, turn the channel back because he had it on repeat, and I would go screaming out of the room again, and he would keep doing that to me all throughout my life with horror movies, with like that, and then a movie that was really stupid called Carnosaur.
Yeah.
It's a really dumb, like B-level dinosaur horror movie that was trying to be Jurassic Park, but like a really horror movie Jurassic Park. But if you watch it now, it's utterly ridiculous. It might as well be Velocipaster.
Dude.
And but it scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh no, I trust you. You're my protector.
Yeah.
Sure, you won't do me wrong again.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can't say that was a great parenting move, but you came back. Something intrigued you, huh?
Yeah, because I would also stay up late at night when I was a kid too. When I was around that age, like
Mhm.
my parents would go to sleep, I would stay up till about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning watching TV.
Okay.
And a lot of that stuff was like movies late at night.
Oh
So I
yeah.
would watch a lot of
Watch
horror movies. I would
stuff.
make
Yeah.
myself watch horror movies.
Okay. So when was it you could watch a horror movie and not be, scared out of your mind by it? No, not having to coax yourself into it.
Probably until my like mid 20s.
Oh, okay.
Like I still loved them. I still watched them all the time, but I had to like coax myself into it. I had to like convince
Even
myself that
through
it was going to
15
be.
years?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what do you think it was that kind of pushed you into just enjoying them and not having, flashbacks or nightmares or lingering thoughts from them?
Um, I don't know. It was just kind of a switch that hit that I was like,
Desensitization level
yeah, I was like, this is for me.
or desensitization level?
Yeah, I was 100% desensitized from it for sure.
Yeah.
It got to that point where I'm just like, oh, nothing bothers me now. Yeah, I'm fine with everything. Nothing's gonna scare me anymore. Nothing's gonna do this anymore. And there's a lot of times where I just would look at it, love it, and laugh at it.
Yeah. Oh, I laugh my ass off
Oh,
at
I love it.
horror. Um, unless it has, I don't think it's not that it scares me. It just creeps me out, and I don't like to look at it. I don't like to think about it. Like that's the type of horror that gets me. Like when they're messing with people's eyeballs. Yeah, that can't handle that kind of stuff. Not crazy about birds. And the movie The Birds, as old as it is, that's the one that gets me. Like, dude, that thing ends with birds pecking people's eyes out. And
Yep.
dude, yeah, that's how I feel. Like it. I walked into an aviary. I lasted like 30 seconds in there before I wanted to swing at a bird. And I was asked to leave. I wasn't asked.
Well, that's that's why I made you watch I Saw the Devil
Yeah,
specifically for that eye part.
yeah, yeah. There's some gruesome ones out there, man. Would you rather? There's two would you rather's.
Yep.
And
There's a good one and a bad one.
yeah, one was from Blumhouse. That one's not great. It's a PG-13 one. And there was one that used to be on Netflix way back in the day. I don't know who made it, like what studio or where you'd find it anymore. But The Just Watch app. There's a nerd tip, by the way. Everybody's like, "Where can I watch that?" Just Watch. No plug, but I am not above plugging for you. Just Watch. You want to be a sponsor?
Yeah,
Yeah, come on.
that's my go-to app.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. Type that thing in, and I think you were the one that told me about it because they used a different one that was pretty good, but then they did some update and it turned into a piece of shit. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, but yeah, that one, man, like they did the whole. What was it? A paper cut or was it a razor blade to the eyeball?
I think it was a razor blade, if I can
Oh
remember
yeah.
correctly. But
Oh, the paper cut was everything everywhere all at once. Yeah,
yep.
paper cuts between the fingers. That jackass. They did that in Jackass toes too. I can't handle that shit. Um, so horror movies, books. So talk to me about a couple of favorite horror movies of yours.
So I will go as of right now. Like just let's just go recently.
Random. They
Like
have to be the favorite ones. Well, it's Christmas season. Of course,
Terrifier 3, The
Yeah,
Terrifier Christmas.
yeah,
One of my favorite horror movies. I love the Terrifier series in general. I probably love it more than I actually should. I should probably be on a
yeah.
watch list
No,
because of it.
Scott and I have been concerned at times.
Yeah, there's concerns.
Yeah,
For sure there's concerns. Um but I watch them so much. I like those movies. I like the gore. I like the story building and just like the evolution of the director the director writer Damien Leone
yeah.
and how he's evolved.
Yeah, it becomes a
Perfect.
deeper movie. There's more story built into like he does a great job layering.
Yeah, great job. And especially that evolution from the first one to the second one. The second one just enveloped me so much that I was just so involved in it and it just being a Halloween movie too just made me feel so I don't know, just made me feel a certain way about it. It was nice.
The
I
character
had little warm fuzzies.
the character of Art too has fantastic timing as a mime and nails so much humor in there. While
Yeah,
it's just the goriest, nastiest, slasheriest movie that it's up there at the top of Gorefest.
I will argue that he does what Jason and Michael failed to do, and that's have a personality.
Yeah, yeah. They never evolved in the whole personality thing
No,
unless you want to count the Rob Zombie ones when he had a personality in the second one that he was regrettable.
yeah, we won't talk about that one.
You showed your Terrifier 3. Was that a
Still,
steelbook that you had?
yeah,
So I got the Umbrella
I
Entertainment.
know you did, and I'm so jealous of that. It
Uh,
looks so pretty.
uh,
God, that looks so good. That's awesome.
so it came with the Art Attack book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Art and
Oh wow.
yeah, prosthetics and really cool stuff. I haven't even really looked at that much. And then you've got Terrifier
Of course.
on 4K, which
I know that's the
you'll
only thing I don't have is
get it.
4K Terrifier.
And I think it's on this one, on the special features. It has All Hallows Eve.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep. And then you've got 2 on 4K, 3 on 4K.
That's a great cover.
Isn't it? Freaking love that
That's a
cover.
great cover.
Yeah. And it's slip cover, so it's got the other movie poster on there as well. But those sets are awesome. So I think it's still available at Umbrella Entertainment at some. Last time I looked, I pre-ordered the Dogma set.
Did you?
Yeah, before they cut off pre-orders to the states, because they're not going to allow the states to order direct. You have to get it from a
Huh, of
third party. I don't know, something in the
course.
contract of it, but there's unique features on the Australian one that's not going to be on the American one. So I'm like, I want that. Plus, it's a way cooler set. It's got a T-shirt, a Snoogans beanie, all
Yeah.
kinds of things. So I'll do like a
And it's not going to be like
pair.
dubbed or anything like that either, because it's
No,
Australian. They speak
yeah,
the same language. It's just different.
yeah. So I sold off most of the other stuff from the box set of Terrifier to pay for the movies that I wanted. We've got like one or two pieces still there. I'll do the same with the Dogma set. Plus, I got a second one, so somebody can come in and just buy a Dogma set.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So first come, first serve on that one.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Dogma came out on physical 4K. I'm so glad that they were able to get the rights back and out of those assholes' hands.
Yeah. I've got my American Steelbook. We're gonna watch it soon.
Nice.
Yeah, the staff that I was telling you about off air, she of course has not seen Dogma, so we'll fix that.
I can understand that.
Yeah. So I mean, Dogma horror adjacent. It does have a huge poop monster, and creature features are horror.
Does.
So that's one of the things we've talked about is how broad of a term horror is.
Yes.
Horror is monsters, creature features. I think a psychological thriller,
100%.
horror.
Yep.
Seven's a horror movie, man. I mean, they're
absolutely,
dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think like Silence of the Lambs is probably the most psychological thriller you can get without it being a horror movie, even though it straddles that line from time to time with Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. See, I even call that a horror movie though, because while he doesn't do the acts in the movie, like the suspense is still there. Will he? So I mean, I still count it.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that.
Yeah. So, plus part of that is me trying to make room in the movie collection. I'm like, yes, I can justify that being horror. I have room in the horror section.
The saddest part of me right now is having a full entertainment center where I have no room for physical media. I haven't bought a physical media thing in a long time. I've maybe bought 4 in the last 3 years because I have no room for it, and it makes me sad.
Yeah. I feel like I would find a closet. I was needing space in the cataloging everything for Nerdstalgia days when everything was in the basement. And I used to those shoe things that you would hang in your closet, and it comes as like an accordion. And I had movies in there.
That makes sense. Yeah, I need to get something so I can just put movies in.
Yeah.
Because I miss having physical media. Like, I just don't like not having physical media. I don't like that maybe one day I could wake up and all of a sudden, like, maybe the internet's out for that day. I don't have anything online to watch then.
Yep.
Or maybe, like, for whatever reason, the rights for this one movie don't get through to this one company that I'm using, and then I can't use it on their particular service anymore. It's ridiculous. I might as well own it myself.
Or your owned copy of a movie, you wake up and they've changed the format to some specialized edition and tweaked scenes.
Yeah. Star Wars edition.
Yeah. Well, they did that to Batman v Superman. They changed it from, like, they changed the Ultimate Edition. They put out a new version of it, and they just changed the digital. Like, I don't have the version of the movie I bought. The movie sucks. I don't care on that one. Yeah. But what if it was a movie I cared about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Those are real horror stories. So talk to me about horror books. What do you like to read?
Of course, Stephen King. Stephen King is my all-time favorite. He's the one that kind of paved the way for everything, and especially when I was a kid, like I'm a '90s kid. Everything was, if you think about it, everything was kind of catered to goth or horror. Like when I was growing up, like the Addams Family came on, and that was a big thing. That was huge for me. Like the Addams Family movies. Are You Afraid of the Dark? The Goosebumps books, the Stephen King miniseries that they would do on TV all the time. Those were like events, and those were things that people were just giving people for birthdays. I was giving Goosebumps books for my birthdays. Those scared the crap out of me. The Night of the Living Dummy scared the absolute shit out of me when I was a kid. I still read it, but it was scared the crap out of me. Um, the Stephen King's miniseries like Tommyknockers and Rose Red and The Stand and even the Shining remake that they did on there all scared the crap out of me when I was a kid because they were on network TV, so they were deemed okay for me to watch.
Yeah.
And so like Stephen King is where I started my book journey. And like one of my favorite books of his is still uh, The Stand. The Stand is so good, it's so scary, it's so creepy, it has so many levels to it. It is long as hell, which is probably the only thing I don't like because I can't read it all the time. It's just if you listen to it on audiobook, it's 45 hours long, and that's just
Jeez.
too long for anything.
Yeah. Wow.
But I love it.
That's 2 days of solid listening.
Yeah, solid listening, and it's just
Yeah.
like if you do that, you're not even paying attention for most of that time too. You're kind of off in your own world for a lot of that
Yeah.
time as well. So I love Stephen King, but another one too that I've recently read that I try to share with everybody too is called The Troop by Nick Cutter, and that is a book that is heavy on the body horror and will gross you the hell out. Like I made our mutual friend Scott. I made him read it. He got grossed out on it quite a bit. It is essentially about a Boy Scout troop off the coast of Seattle and like one of the little islands that has like a parasite infest in their group, and it goes from one person to another person one by one, and it's the most disgusting body horror that you could absolutely imagine. It was so awesome. I loved it
Yeah.
so much.
So you know me in reading. I bought X and Pearl and will buy a Maxine because I do want to read the stories, the novelizations. I'm like 2, 3 chapters in, and I've had it for a year. Yeah, we'll see if I ever read them. Speaking of that, that is a fantastic trilogy. Since I brought it up, that's
Yeah,
something modern there. So, um, X was
one of my favorites.
had tons of reference to it. Like all three of those were so littered with homage. So, X, the obvious one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the grittiness, the woods, the going out there, and the uncertainty of everything. A little bit about
Yeah, I absolutely love X. Like
yeah,
X was just like a throwback to those '70s horror movies that were just kind of raw and violent and sexual too. Like
mm-hmm.
a lot of the '70s and '80s were a very sexual experience when it comes to like horror movies, where we don't really get those anymore. Horror movies anymore are more blunt and to the point, or they're more um, they're more emotional.
Yeah,
And they're more like I hate the term elevated, I guess,
yeah.
is what you could use. Where in the
I don't.
70s and 80s, they were a
Yeah,
lot more raw.
and see, I mean, I don't like that term either because I mean, X is raw, but it's also, I mean, I would call that elevated horror, man. That X is so deep when it comes to like sexuality, what's okay, what are you comfortable with, the control, like the character with the camera. and how he liked to participate and be in control of it all. But when his girlfriend wanted to get in there, he didn't like that because it took him out of control. Um, and that's, I mean, there's like some heavy sexual, like, psychology stuff in there that people
Yeah.
are dealing with. And then, just the chase of fame, which is really the three parts. X, the first one, is the middle movie where you meet Maxine and Pearl at an elder age, and then Pearl, I think we probably agree, is the best of the three. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, I love Pearl. Pearl is so above and beyond either of those movies to me. They're just like just Mia Goth just kills that role, and that like 10-15 minute monologue at the end where she's confessing everything that she's done and how she feels is just so powerful. It's
And then
so
holding in the
oh
credits the way she does.
yeah.
What a scene. Yeah. So that's the prequel. So you get to learn Pearl's youth and why she was so fascinated with Maxine. And then you get to see where Maxine's journey took her after that with the third one. I need to give that a
Yep.
watch. I've only watched it the once. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nowhere near as much as I did the first two, though.
No, I don't. It's a completely different movie. It's a completely different genre. It's a completely different thing. So
Yeah.
it's just, I think it's a big swing away from the other two. I think that's why
Yeah.
it feels a little bit more abrupt or abrasive at that point. But it's still good to me. I love Ty West and just the way he makes movies.
Yes. What is
His
Tyler's working on right now?
A Christmas Carol
Oh.
with Johnny Depp and
Oh.
a couple other people too, I think.
Oh. I like that. Ty
Yeah,
West,
he's doing his.
to me, he's like a horror Tarantino in training. Like
Yeah.
his homages, his style. Yeah, I dig.
So he's working on A Christmas Carol, and so is Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
Robert Eggers, I think, has Willem Dafoe
Well,
as the Bob Cratchit.
okay.
And
Oh,
I think both of those movies are going to be crazy.
yeah. I wonder if it'll be similar. My favorite one's Mickey's Christmas Carol. It's pretty scary at
like,
the end, man.
yeah, yeah,
Throws him
yeah.
down that. He throws him into hell.
He does. I think the Jim Carrey one, that super odd like CG
Yeah,
movie is really creepy too.
yeah, it is. Yeah. So that the X trilogy that A24 put out, that's my like number one on my Christmas list that I'm hoping for. So I'm
Yeah, I mean they just put that out in 4K and all of them. That's I've been waiting for those. I didn't buy Maxine for that purpose because I wanted to do 4K and all those movies, and I knew A24 was going to do it.
well,
They always do.
I used the old bootlegger and got me a cheap copy of Maxine.
True, true.
Yeah. So um, talk to me about a couple of heavy hitters when it comes to horror directors.
Hmm. I mean, my number one is always going to be Guillermo del Toro.
His
He's just always my number
Frankenstein,
one.
his
Oh,
Frankenstein. Oh, knocked it out of the park.
beautiful. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful. And every movie he does is really so beautiful. Like Shape of Water is just so it's an elegant monster movie that's so romantic in certain ways, and that's what he does. He loves to romanticize things. He loves to romanticize the monster,
Mm-hmm.
and even like Pan's Labyrinth is where I fell in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that movie to me is perfection, and
Other than it's subtitled.
yeah, very true. But I don't mind the subtitle. Um, but it's
From
just
being
the
perfection. Perfection is good
okay.
in God's English.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Spoke.
um, but I love that, and he just even like Crimson Peak is so good. It's such a gothic like it's so romantic in its own right, but then it's so just violent in certain ways too, and it's just his take on like a ghost story. So I think Guillermo del Toro is my number one, and then I think my number two right now is probably Robert Eggers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really Robert. I mean,
Over Aster, huh?
yeah. Ari Aster's, yeah, yeah. I mean, he's got two good horrors in his belt.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really seen the rest of them, so I can't really comment
Okay.
on him, to be honest
You
with
didn't watch
you.
Beau is Afraid?
No, I think I watched half of Beau is Afraid, and I haven't gone back to it. I
Dude.
need to go back to it, but Robert Eggers has knocked every single one out of the park for me.
There's a scene in Beau is Afraid where Mariah Carey's Fantasy is used. Oh my god, it's so great.
I need to watch the rest of it because it was just a long movie, and I just
It's
didn't
a
have the
long
patience to
movie.
watch it. So
It was Night of Insomnia, and what am I doing? And I put it on and
of
watched it.
course,
Yeah.
because I would think him like maybe even it's hard to pick him over like if you're talking the encapsulation of all horror. It's hard to pick him over like Wes Craven or John Carpenter though.
Yeah.
Like both of those guys are so good at what they did, and they've made such iconic characters that have last years and decades upon decades. Like Freddy Krueger is one of my all-time favorite people. Like as far as villains go, I have him
Yeah.
tattooed on my arm. Like,
I still think
and then
the first Nightmare on Elm Street had Craven gotten his way with the ending, and the first Halloween, the two greatest horror movies.
yeah,
I
I think well because the studio came in and got in his way for the ending
yes. Yep.
for Wes Craven.
Yeah.
They demanded that Freddy Krueger live. They demanded that he be this, so he just threw in that ending nonchalant, and it was just all
Yeah.
But like Dream Warriors is so good. Even I'm even a fan and a advocate for the second movie, Freddy's Revenge, because I think that's the scariest that Freddy Krueger is throughout the entire franchise.
Mm.
I bought that 4K and I watched them all this year. I love that movie so much. It's so good to me.
See, I'm a first and a New Nightmare guy.
Yeah,
That's
A New Nightmare is amazing.
yeah. We carry all kinds of horror at Nerdstalgia. So we have a section where whether you need some art to put on your wall, action figures, stickers, man, you want a rolling tray with Frankenstein on it for your weed, man. We've got that. So we've got 8 feet of horror that's spined out on DVD and Blu-ray, some VHS when we can keep them in stock. Man, horror on VHS, it always moves. When we can get it in, we've got statues, we've got, we try to get horror video games. We try to keep all that stuff together because if you've ever shopped at Nerdstalgia, we keep everything by nerddom. There's a music nerd, comic nerd, horror nerd, video game nerd section. So when you walk into the Disney nerd section, you're going to find your plush, you're going to find your records, you're going to find your movies all together, so you don't miss anything. You know you found everything when you're nerdy about something. So love talking to people about what they're nerdy about. Love showing you what we have in store. So come see what kind of horror movies we have in stock that you can watch, what kind of games you can play, trinkets you can take home. And we even have like horror mask, Halloween costumes. When Halloween season happens, you can stop in and see something vintage, something different, something that'll take you back a little bit to something you remember from the past. So come check us out at the store. So I mentioned video games. What horror video games do you like?
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I loved Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Like it's just so every time, I live in San Diego now, so every time it's really misty outside and it's like that a lot right now. It reminds me of Silent Hill, and I just like I get excited about it because I loved playing Silent Hill. But speaking of video games too, they have that new Halloween game coming out next year that I'm really excited about as well. That where you can be Michael Myers and go from house to house and just butcher people.
Yeah, yeah.
That seems fun.
The retro arcade one was fun, like 16-bit throwback platformer with Michael Myers. That was a fun game. But yeah, the
Yeah,
first person one sounds pretty sweet too. Um, for me, Resident Evil was it? What was the first one that was like first person? Was it 7?
it might have been. I can't
And
remember
especially when
that
you
well.
put it into VR mode, man, there's a horror experience, man. That's freaking awesome. Um,
Um, Alien Isolation is
oh
another horror
yeah,
game that's very, very good, and
yeah,
it
it
will
is.
mess you up.
Yeah, yeah. That one is very good. Yeah, was underrated for its time. People know as
Yeah,
they go back. Um, to Dead Space, really good. Chronicles of Riddick game was good. Man, there's some solid
BioShock.
titles out there. Bioshocks, man, beautiful game too. So, what is it that makes you so passionate about this? Like, what kept the nerdiness alive when it comes to horrors? You know, we talked about when you got into it, but what was it about it that made you want to keep coming back and drawing yourself to this until you got desensitized?
I think like there's just a fascination of it.
Mm-hmm.
The fascination of like the fear that I felt because I remember
Absolutely.
at one point, yeah, I remember one point in time I watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose in the movie theater. I came home and I was by myself, and I was so afraid that I kept the lights on all night. I just slept in the chair in the living room, and like after that, I just kept like, okay, I need to go back and watch some more. I need to watch some
Yeah.
more. You watch this one and that one, and I just kept going and going, and then I started to, and we'll touch on this on another one, but I started to really write horror, and that's when I really became encompassed in it. That's when I really became obsessive with it,
Mm-hmm.
where it's all I watch, it's all I write, it's all I read, because I want to get better at what I do. So, in order for me to get better at what I do, writing screenplays, writing books, writing novels, writing short stories, I have to immerse myself in that world. I have to immerse myself in watching those movies and reading those books. I have to be able to um, make sure that I'm doing them justice instead of just kind of, you know, being blasé with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So mix in there some solid Bray Wyatt, because that's where my
Yeah,
that's where my nerdiness comes together, man. Is when you get the pro wrestling and the horror. So yeah, I never got messed up by the exorcism movies, but I grew up in a charismatic church where there were like demon casting out, services, and the movies were all taboo. So
yeah. You were always like that. Whatever. I've lived that.
yeah, so I mean, shit, my desensitization came from and at Nerdstalgia, when I have these movies, I put them in the horror section because I feel like that's where they belong. We would watch these Rapture movies at our church, and there was one called "The Thief in the Night," and if you didn't take the mark of the beast, you would be beheaded. And dude, they're like legit showing guillotines. I'm like 7 years old in the church watching this movie about you know having your head chopped off if you don't take the mark of the beast. And there's a lot of plot holes that I saw right through it too, though, because I'm like, dude, I mean, we've got this movie. Like, if it happens, why would you take the mark? Like, just
Exactly.
yeah, let him kill you. Go to the heaven place. That's
Yeah.
your second
If
chance.
you know that heaven exists.
Yeah, now it's like it's evident. Like God finally showed up and said, "Hey, I'm real."
Yeah.
So, so Bo, we've mentioned a lot of different items, things you were into, what you're nerdy about, why you're nerdy about it, how you got into it. If somebody wanted to start getting into horror movies, they've been fascinated, they've wanted to, but they don't know where to start. Where would you recommend someone start?
If I was a dick, I'd say Terrifier,
Don't do
but I'm
that.
not a dick.
Yeah,
I'm not that big of a
you
dick.
are a dick.
I'm a dick. Um, so I would always say like let's just start slow. Start with something just spooky. It doesn't have to be horror. It doesn't have to be slashery. It doesn't have to be ultra violent. But just make it a little spooky. You can start with some Disney stuff. You can start with like Hocus Pocus. You can start with some witchy stuff. Witchy stuff isn't necessarily that violent. It's just a little spooky. The Craft.
Yeah.
Um, you can start with even Hubie's Halloween.
Oh, no. I mean, if you got
No?
Netflix, you can
Okay.
start with Stranger Things, man. There's some
You can
cool
start with
stuff on
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Absolutely.
Great way to break in right now.
Absolutely.
Topical.
Yep.
I
And then you can,
I broke in on the classic Universal monsters. That's why I'm a big
yeah,
Frankenstein fan. I got Frankenstein tattooed on me. Frankenstein collection in the house. Um, that was the early one. That's the one I saw the movie. Checked the books out from the library at school. They had just black and white still photos, and you'd read like a child version of the Invisible Man or the Werewolf, Wolfman. But yeah, that's where I got hooked. And
yeah, exactly. And that's what you should start too. You should start with the Invisible Man, Creature of the Black Lagoon, the Bride of Frankenstein, the just I have all those tattooed on me as well. You can even go to like Bram Stoker's Dracula. You can like Dracula and those monster movies are going to be the most innocent type of horror movies you can get because they're not going to be ultra violent. They're going to be very creepy. They're going to be scary, but they're not going to be
yeah,
ultra violent.
yeah, they're going to be mood setting kind of thing. Yeah, there's so many different places that you can start, and
Yeah, even like I've said before, Goosebumps. Goosebumps is a great place to watch
yeah,
to see stuff. Like to read the books.
and within genre, and we kind of touched on this when we said the word elevated or gritty or gore or slasher. There's different genres within horror. Like horror is the big arching genre where kind of like sci-fi, it can be futuristic, it can be outer space, it can be superhero. Horror can be comedy horror, like Zombieland. Fantastic
Yeah,
flick.
yeah, exactly. What's that movie? Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
One of the best horror comedies ever that
Not the
needs to be
best way to
watched.
break in because you need to know the tropes before you watch that. Um,
That's true. Yeah.
but yeah, if you're a horror fan and like horror comedy, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, grade A. There's great Christmas horror. So since we're
'Tis the season.
yeah, no, by the time this gets posted, it's going to be like Christmas Eve. So most people see this after Christmas, but hey, it lives forever. Maybe somebody will find it. By the way, if you use Letterboxd, look up Nerdstalgia Griff. I got a great collection of non-Christmas Christmas movies and Christmas horror. But we've mentioned Terrifier 3. Any other Christmas horror that you enjoy?
Gremlins is one of my all times.
Yeah.
I love Gremlins so much. It's my one of my all time favorite monster movies, and just having it set during Christmas is just gorgeous. I love a good blood splatter on snow, like that bright red on that white is
Yeah.
so beautiful. A
Sci-fi
Christmas horror story,
great for that.
yeah, awesome. There's a movie called A Christmas Horror Story
Huh.
that you can. It's on Shutter. So
Okay.
if you have Shutter, watch it
Is
on
this new?
Shutter. It's newish. Is it within the last 6 or 7 years? I think.
I must have missed this one.
So it's got William Shatner in it. Probably the only person you know of it, but It's a kind of an anthology movie, like Trick or Treat is in a way, where it's a bunch of stories that kind of wind into one, and it's a very, very good Christmas horror movie. Like, it's awesome. I really enjoy it. I showed my friend Scott this the other night. It was really good.
You also showed them Yule Log. I
Yeah,
showed
it
that
did.
yesterday, and one of them said, "Not what I was expecting for a Christmas movie."
Oh man, it was.
You weren't expecting anything in that movie.
I got him the good amount of extra cognitive ability, if you will, the little devil's lettuce, if you will.
Yeah.
I had him take as much of that as I possibly can, and we watched it, and it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to have him watch the second one now because that's more of like a Hallmark parody.
I need to. So while my son's home from college for Christmas, we watched Yule Log last year. We're going to watch the second one this year. There's a Rick and Morty one now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Look up Yule Log on HBO. There's a Rick and Morty Yule Log that came out this year.
Huh.
There's
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah. December.
Oh, December?
What? I don't think you've watched that one yet.
Huh.
It's like it's an anthology. It's 25 separate stories. It's like a Christmas Advent calendar, so you can watch like a little
cool.
mini story every day. Which
That's cool.
I'm disciplined for. I just sit and watch it, but it's very good.
I'll have to check that out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always watch like every year on Shudder, or really, they have the Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. It's a live show where they show like two movies in the same night. They do it like a drive-in type special, like back in the day when they used to have Monster Vision or USA Up All Night. It's like one of those, and that's where I saw A Christmas Horror Story. That's where I've seen a lot of that stuff that's come up. But another one of my favorites too is Santa's Sleigh. Bill Goldberg. That movie is so ridiculous.
I wish they'd have put the budget they put into the first 15 minutes of that for the rest of the because he gets to kill. Was it William Shatner in that one as well?
No, James Caan.
James Caan and Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher.
Dude,
and
there's just a teenage me that just pause on Fran Drescher, but
well, it's not only her. It's what's his name from SNL? Chris Kattan.
Yeah.
And then Rebecca Gayheart, I think, who I had a huge crush on too around that time. But it was just a bunch of people. He just shows up and just decimates.
Bo, I thank you for your time sharing a little bit about what you're nerdy about.
Absolutely.
Leave some comments below about your favorite horror movies, horror books, video games, Christmas horror flicks. Check me out on Letterboxd at Nerdstalgia Griff, and let us know what you're nerdy about in store. Drop us a message if you're interested in being a future guest on the What Are You Nerdy About podcast. Until then, thank you guys for tuning in.